There are businessmen and there are entrepreneurs. There are abilities and there is motivation. But just ability or motivation is not enough. It's the attitude of how well you do what you do that alone differentiates the person and the work. Shri Jai Dayal Ji was a different man. He put his heart and soul in everything he did, and he did so in great detail. He did not build a business or cement plants alone. He built people, society and solid characters through his dedication, passion and sheer hard work. He encouraged and made people believe in themselves.
When he travelled by train and then got down at the Dalmia Bharat station, there was a crosscut when you walk through the station, and it is a shorter distance to come to the director's bungalow. The watchman stopped him at the gate. I won't allow you. I don't have any permission to allow anybody through the gate. Next day, that watchman was rewarded.
Once he developed trust and confidence in people, I think the freedom given is something great. I mean, that made us to think loud and work hard and contribute with the whole idea of the plant should run better.
Welfare of nature and people were his priorities. He was never afraid to stand up for it.
Shri Jai Dayal Dalmia used to tell me once, I was in Orissa Cement. At that time, for wagon shunting, elephants were used. And suddenly one day he called me. He said, Mr. Gopal Swami, these elephants look weak. I don't know whether Mahut is feeding it properly or not. Why don't you make a study of that? So I went into a detailed study of that. Factually, it was found out, probably Mahut was taking away.
In Dalmia Nagar, when it was being built, he told me a story. One labor leader came, Basavan Singh, and he wanted to provoke the workmen to go for some strike. My father invited him. He said, Basavan Singh, we will call a meeting of the workmen. You speak first and I will give a second speech. After that, we will tell the workmen to go for vote. If they vote for strike, I will accept all your terms. And if they vote against the strike, then you will never come to Dalmia Nagar again. Now that union leader did not have the courage to accept this challenge.
Even before the Provident Fund Act came into being, Dalmia Group had their own Provident Fund. The Dalmia Group had also set up schemes for grant of housing loans, for grant of marriage loans to employees, for grant of furnishing loans to employees, and probably one of the first employers to set up a superannuation fund parallel to the government.
With his keen understanding and scientific approach, he built systems and processes that gave an edge to his workforce.
Jai Dalmia Ji, 1962 itself, he started the graduate engineering training scheme.
And we were the first to go in for RTC, Regional Training Center, in collaboration with Danida and World Bank. So we have been selected as a training center for all the cement plant here in and around Tamil Nadu. Those who have been trained and worked in Dalmia Cement, today they are all in many other factories, but they are considered one of the best engineers today.
He loved and worshipped his work. He was dedicated without even looking for the remotest recognition or fame.
One great thing is he has advised his name should never be inscribed.
He took up this challenge of constructing the temple at Mathura. Engineers were brought from Rajgangpur, from Dalmiapuram. Each and every sculpture was handpicked. It's a marvelous edifice.
And in fact, Sri Krishna Janmabhoomi temple in Mathura has inscribed on its door that the founder of the temple is Ram Krishna Dalmia, when in fact it's my chacha.
Shri Jai Dayal Ji lived a life in which service was supreme. Everything he did was profoundly touching and inspirational. Even today, his philosophy drives us.
Values like integrity, commitment, hard work, sincerity, humility in whatever you do. I find that in Dalmia Group, these fundamental values have enormous amount of importance.
First thing that comes to my mind is our promoters' simplicity, their professionalism, their human approach, and that culture showing right at the top is obviously percolating down to every level.
This is the third generation we are working with the Dalmias. They are not only doing manufacturing of cement. So ultimate goal is everybody should be a good human being.
Every grassroots employee has got that pride in him that we are working for Dalmia Cements.
I can say that my blood is Dalmia blood.
On this Dalmia Day of Service, in remembrance of the man whose life was service and compassion, let us dedicate ourselves to understanding and reflecting on the perennial principles he stood for and express our gratitude to him. Sukhasya moolan dharma, dharmasya moolan artha.